Now, this panel doesn't officially start until 5:30, but it is 5:23, and we're going to have people that are going to be straggling in, so we should just have some fun so that later when they get here afterwards, you can say, oh, man, you should have been here early. And nothing special is going to happen, nothing funny either, but I just want you to say that so that they won't know, okay?
Or as they come in, we point and we go, one of us, one of us.
Now, we have chairs in the front that are reserved for interpreters. Do we have any interpreters here? Anybody who can do sign language?
Anybody speak
Other than
Klingon?
just this one. I mean, this one doesn't count.
I say, this young lady's doing.
You're interpreting here? So those seats are for people who need to see you, yes? So if there's anyone who needs to see the interpreter, you have 4 seats up in the front.
Of course, they didn't understand what you just said, so
That's
they will
true.
not respond.
So if you can sign and are sitting next to somebody who needs an interpreter, let them know. And again, there are other things in Britain. Don't do that, right? This is not good sign language in Britain.
This is eat shit, bitch.
Really? How's that?
Uh-huh.
The funny thing is, you did that, and she followed up immediately with it. So that's the best part.
So you know I'm real. I'm for real. I can sign a couple of things.
Guys, no matter what, John, and this is Jon St. John, by the way, the voice of Duke Nukem. No matter what he says today, immediately look over to watch the interpreter have to interpret it, okay?
Test number 1. I've got balls of steel. Well done.
She's awesome.
Do the hands go down like this? Is that, what is the sign?
I think she spelled it out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's take a moment here. Our folks are still coming in. We could introduce ourselves, but since we should wait till everybody's here, let's start with you guys in the front row. Introduce yourselves. Who are you?
Hello, my name is Vincent Litwinowitz. Someday I hope to be on this panel because I have aspirations of grandeur and I speak way too much.
Are we here to make dreams come true?
Yeah.
Come on up.
Come on up.
One stipulation, you're not to speak on the microphone.
Now, you are here until Mike Rosson arrives.
Absolutely.
At which point we will hit the ejector button and you should end in the 7th row right out there somewhere.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Mike is writing his ukulele here now as we speak.
He's playing the ukulele and he's riding on a unicycle. And I got to tell you, against this wind out there with the cold, that's a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's start down here. We have Farad. Farad, introduce yourself. Tell who you are.
Hi, my name is Farad Mohammed. I'm a voice actor and actor.
And a personal friend of mine.
That's right. And so I've appeared on different shows on Channel Awesome, as well as different movies from the Cinema Snob. So there you go.
All right.
I like you, Farad.
I like you too, John.
Right. We actually just met at Mag Labs.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been calling him Fard ever since. I introduced him there at that. We were on a panel there together on Voice of Palooza, all these things. And today he goes, yeah, by the way, it's Farad. I'm like, what about September? You could have told me in September.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, well, this is not just coffee.
Is that you or me?
That's not me.
Hey, hold on. Somebody's calling.
Oh, who is it? Bring it up. Put him on the phone.
La Habra, California, you're on the air. No, I don't need Viagra. Go to hell. Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Jon St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem and Big the Cat and a bunch of video game characters. I was one of the first voice actors in video games. I started back in 1994. And I understand, I've never really liked titles when somebody calls me, oh, he's the king of MAGFest or whatever. I'm not into titles, and especially that one, the legendary voice actor. I'll accept that one because I'm so frickin' old, and I was one of the first to ever do a voice in a video game. I think I might be legendary.
Never tell them your age until they cut you in half and count the rings. That's what I say.
Okay. Thank you for coming to our panel.
Hi, thank you for coming to the panel too.
I'm Jan Johns. Nice to meet you guys. Sorry.
Do you realize that if you and I were married, your name would be Jon St. John?
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And that would really piss off her husband, too. So.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm Jan, and I smell like cheese, and
Wait a minute.
It's like Limburger burger.
So Gouda.
And it's, oh.
I just thought she farted.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. It's how I express myself. It's kind of like a. It's a question. It's like my butt has questions.
How many people out there speak fart? All right, good to know. Stay out of my elevator.
My people, I love you.
I took a couple years of it in high school, but that's about it.
What did you say, fard? That was different.
You left out the apostrophe. It's farad.
The invisible apostrophe. Yeah, sorry.
But do you speak fart too?
I took a couple classes of it in high school, but I forgot most of it.
Nice,
there. Yeah.
nice. It's like, yeah.
So you find yourself frequently
Vince has
speaking out
given
your
us
ass?
some sound effects already, so we're good.
Nice. But is it a queef is a vagina fart, right?
Yes.
It's a different dialect.
Different smell, too.
Dude, we were
This is an
talking-
educational panel, by the way.
It's kind of it's like when it happens, it's funny, but then you're actually gratified because you know it came from something good.
It's like a Daisy Duck queef, isn't it?
Whoa, you brought a duck to bed?
Of course I did. So thank you guys for having me on the panel. I'm very excited to be here, and I love you all. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Can you feel the love tonight? Apparently.
They cut that out of the original movie, that part of the song, you know?
Yeah,
The editor's going, can we do something about the queefs? I'm Wes Johnson. Hello.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah! I do voices such as Shea Gorath, Daedric, Prince of Madness, and Lucien Lachance of the Dark Brotherhood, dear children of Sithis.
Come in the hand.
And I'm wearing my Swatters shirt. I love this shirt. This shirt was sent to me by the devs over at Bethesda, and it's a Swatter shirt, because I play, Mo Cronin in Fallout 4. You come by, you need some hickory. Just get some nice heft, And they all signed it in permanent Sharpie. Thank God it's permanent, because I took it out, I set it in the house, I'm looking at it, it's in the living room, and I'm like, I'm going to put this in a frame. This is beautiful. I'll never wear it. I talk only like that around the house. And my wife looks at this and goes, there's something on this shirt. It needs washing. So you can come look. It's all still there, but it's a little faded. It was just sort of like I went through the wash to get things out later that day, and I did the old, James
Wait,
Earl
let's see
Jones,
that.
Darth Vader. No!
Well, let's see that again. Really? That's, Oh, I thought there was like cum stains.
Oh, jeez.
That's because they really care.
It takes 3 hours to make each signature.
Every signature takes about 3 hours
Or 3
and
minutes.
a couple of magazines, so it's really difficult. Precision, that's what it's all about, John, precision.
Precision.
So tell us about yourself, Vince.
Hello. You already know my name. I'm local, about an hour that way. I think it's that way. It's one of these ways. I have delusions of grandeur. I want to be a voice actor.
You're just like us.
Guys.
Yeah.
Just talk for hours on end. Oh wait, I already do that in my basement.
You mean you want to get paid for talking?
That's where
Get paid for talking.
Yeah.
Listen, put a voice studio in your basement, and then you can get paid for talking in your basement.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
Oh, it's
Or
easy.
you can just shoot snuff films down there.
Well, yeah.
I'm a gentle giant.
That's the problem with snuff films. You always have to recast.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Okay. That's crazy. I've never heard of snuff films.
Is this, have we actually started the panel? Is this what we're going to do?
Are you guys okay if this is all we do for like an hour?
You are some sick motherfuckers. Q&A and all that?
We have a microphone here, and if people want to line up, we can take questions. In the meantime, yeah, I think we should take questions.
Are there any rules? Can we set some ground rules for the questions?
Oh.
For instance,
yeah.
don't ask, how did you get started in voice acting?
We're going to cover that every time you ask, how do you get started in voice acting or how do you become a voice actor? We're going to tell you to come to, I think it's panels 2 tomorrow. We'll double check that, but we're having the voice actors workshop, and I will be there, and John will be there, and Jen will be there, and Mike Rosson will be there, and we're going to teach you guys everything we know. No. We're going to teach you everything you know, not everything we know. And but what we're going to do is we're going to have actual scripts. You may have seen them before. It doesn't matter. And you will be performing, and then we're going to put you through your paces.
And we will judge you.
We will judge you harshly.
Yeah.
We will not be filming that one. We never film that one because the reason is when you come up here and you are working and you are trying to learn, and no mistakes are bad because you make mistakes, but you grow from that, and we don't want people to see it. It's a safe environment except for John judging you. So tomorrow at noon is where we're going to do all of that. So we will be doing that. In the meantime, you can keep your questions to pretty much anything. You know those ask me anything things?
Yeah, make them of a personal nature. That's always more fun.
You can ask us anything you want. The only catch is we'll answer only the ones we want. So come up and tell us your name.
Hello, my name is Cody Jones.
Hi, Cody
Jones.
Come on, guys. We need you to join in. Hi, Cody.
Hi, Troy Jones.
Yeah, I feel the love now. What's up, Cody?
I have 2 questions, one for the whole panel and one specifically for you, John.
All right.
Are there any roles you would like to revise at any time that may or may not happen?
Any rules?
Yes, any roles like...
A role?
Yes.
Not rules.
You know, an actor's role. You know,
Yeah.
Like a spring roll.
a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Hawaiian rolls.
Well, who wants to start? Why don't you
Me, I
start,
guess.
Farad?
So any roles that I could not play? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, any
you would
roles
like
you would like
to
to-
revisit that
Oh,
you've
and I'd
done
like to
and you'd like to
revisit.
change up.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I'd like to see a more extended backstory of the character, general aesthetics that I played in the game show. But other than that, I mean, the roles that I've had so far have been pretty decent. I don't think I would want to retouch those at that point.
Okay, this may surprise you. Big the Cat. Let's bring back Big the Cat. and the only reason I say that is because Duke Nukem is coming back, has been coming back to several games. In fact, how many of you play on the PS4 console? How many on the Xbox One? I have copies of Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, which Duke Nukem is in now, that I'll be handing out. So find me later on. Say, John, give me a game, and I'll give you a game. I also have over 100 Steam codes for Wild Buster Heroes of Titan, which Duke Nukem is now in also. Cool. There are 3 more games coming out that are not owned by Gearbox that Duke Nukem will be in the coming months. Wow. So Duke is making a big comeback. So I'm not including Duke in roles that I want to reprise because I'm doing that.
Yeah.
But let's bring back Big the Cat.
How would you play him differently?
Make Big the Cat say fuck.
You don't look so good, Froggy. What the fuck happened to you?
Yeah, I want to do an R-rated Big the Cat. That'd be great.
Yeah. What about Big the Cat in a Fritz the Cat production?
Wow. Wow. Oh, he's going to do anal in that one, I know that.
Yeah.
Because he's so big.
You had another question. You can follow up real quick.
So, you mentioned how Duke is making a comeback. Do you have any involvement with the Ready Player One movie that's coming up?
Oh.
I personally don't, but Duke Nukem does have a cameo role in Ready Player One. I know because Steven Spielberg asked for the rights over a year ago from Gearbox, so you will see Duke Nukem in the movie for, 3 seconds, maybe. Yeah.
So they didn't ask you to come in and do anything, or
No, he has no voice role. He's just yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I know. But hey, I'm not that disappointed by it because the way I'm looking at it, this will be the first time
Some
Duke
people
makes
have
a
seen
big
him.
screen appearance.
Well, yeah.
Because Gearbox finally now owns all of the rights to Duke Nukem, including the movie, the film rights, and they're talking about making a film.
Ooh.
I pray that it's an R-rated CG movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you very much. Give it up for Cody, everybody. Yeah. Oh, continue on. Sorry. We were so caught. Jan, go ahead. You finish. What role do you regret and would like to have a new go at?
The regret? You said regret, Cody?
I said revise, but either way.
Oh, okay.
I have no regrets. No regrets.
Okay, so anything I've ever done, I would love to have revised just because I want employment constantly. That's something that would be wonderful. I'd be grateful for. But I did like a really small role on a Nickelodeon show called The Loud House, and it was like one episode, and I was this dog catcher, and I would love if they brought her back because she's like
Really crazy and loves dogs but hates them and hates life.
and it would be fun to bring her back. So it'd be fun to be like that.
I just want to keep coming back as Shea Gorath. And the one thing, well, yeah, the Daedric Prince of Madness, the thing is, when they did ESO, they used guys who were out in LA, and I know JB Blank is people think he's a fairly nice guy. He's a really good actor. I liked his role in Breaking Bad, but they just brought him in and didn't even come to me, even though they knew I really wanted to do it again. It was different producers out on the West Coast who didn't have any access to me, and they just
The West Coast shit on you, huh?
Yeah, they did. They played my stuff and said, "Copy this voice," which. That's happened to you. It's happened to any voice actor. And the thing is, when you create a character that you really love, and the thing with Shea Gorath is I mixed accents. I mixed Scottish and Irish. And they didn't tell this to him. They didn't give him the background on this. And if he had asked me, I would have told him, do this. This is where he's at. Play with this a little bit. I love when somebody over there in Scotland or Ireland starts going, where the hell's this guy from? Because he keeps changing. Yes, because he goes from manic to depressive back, demented back and
A
forth.
bipolar character.
He's a very bipolar character. And
How many
he's not-
bipolars in the crowd tonight? How many of us are bipolar?
Most of them are in the line to ask a question.
Most of
It's
them are
awesome.
afraid to raise their hand because they're not
No,
sure.
but give them a minute, then they will.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I want to do Shea Gorath whenever he comes up. A lot of people have asked me, have you heard anything about an Elder Scrolls 6? No, because they don't get in touch with you about doing voiceover until they are almost ready to go. The voiceovers are the last thing they do. And because there have been a few voice actors from certain things who unfortunately have spilled the beans early on things, they tell us shit now. And it's just fine. I've signed NDAs. I believe in holding on to the NDAs. But until I hear or they bring me in, I don't know what's happening. But I hope and I pray and keep my fingers crossed that they know how passionate I am about the character. And I don't think anybody else is going to bring the inner life to that character that I bring. So,
Elder Scrolls 6. You Shea Gorath again.
yeah, I think it should all be Shea Gorath based.
Yeah.
I think it should be just one long extended Shivering Isles. That's what I think. Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Long, extended,
could be biased.
shivering.
Cheese for everyone.
Except for you, sir. Vince, what do you regret doing?
The role I was never cast for, which is all of them.
That's the correct response.
Sounds like everyone's losing their job tonight. If you want to redo all of them.
I need to get the job before I can lose it first.
And I have gifts for you, Wes, and you, John.
I don't get anything?
Alrighty then. Well, that's okay because we share.
Bring him up.
I bet it's
bring
alcohol.
Him up. Bring him up.
Well, he's bringing up next question, I'm guessing?
What is your name, young man?
My name is Blake Santa Maria.
Everybody say hi to Blake.
Hello.
Hi, Blake.
Hi, everybody.
I have two things, and one of them is specifically for you, Wes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you remember me, but I believe it was 2016. I visited one of your panels, and
It was unintentional. I was drunk. I didn't know what I was doing.
so I impersonated everyone who was up here, and if I remember correctly, both you and the crowd were all impressed.
We were depressed?
Impressed.
Oh, we
You
were
were all
impre-
impressed with me.
Oh, okay. I missed one part of it. Did you say that we were impressed by your breast? I didn't. What?
So I had impersonated all of you.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, I impersonated all of you, and I think you were all impressed by that.
You can believe that.
And
I remember him.
I would like to
Yes,
show
no,
off my...
I'd like to hear you do some again, because how many people would like to hear Blake do impressions of people up here on the panel?
Yeah.
Now, I have one specific quote that I would like to do. It is not an original quote from the game, but it is a mixed-up version of one. you might know this one. You know the Duke Nukem line where it's "I'm here to kick ass and chew gum, but I'm all out of bubble gum"? Have you seen the messed up version of that one?
Which version would that be?
I'm here to kick gum and chew ass. That one. I'd like you to say that one, and then I will repeat it in my best.
Okay, here's the way I usually screw it up. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of ass.
I'm here to kick gum and chew ass, but I'm all out of ass.
Nice.
Okay.
Well played, sir. Well played.
I hope you all enjoyed.
Wait a minute. Now you
We're
got
not
to
through
do
with
one of
you
Jan's
yet.
voices.
He won't know any of mine.
Jan, do a
Jan,
voice
give
for
him
him.
one voice. You pick the voice, and he will impersonate it.
I really like your green hoodie.
See, I would love to do that, but my...
No excuses.
I can bring it down.
Just grab your nuts real hard.
No.
Somebody run up here and kick this man in the nads.
I would just like to state
Oh my
that
God! 6 people got up when I said that.
I can bring it down.
You people are messed
Will we
up.
bring it down? for you?
two things. One, I'm a minor, so that's not a great idea.
It doesn't matter what your job is. Go ahead.
And second, I would love to, but my voice isn't very adjustable right now due to the fact that I have a sore throat.
Oh yeah.
I can only pull off the
Well,
deep.
it does. Just make the attempt.
I assume because you're a minor, it was black lung disease. Am I too far off base? Use that as your excuse.
Now listen here.
That was very close. Let's hear for him. That
Yeah,
was good.
very nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Blake.
Yeah, thank you.
That wasn't supposed to be the impersonation.
Thank you,
that was
Blake.
just me trying to be intimidating.
Thank you.
First of all, that's got to be a very cold outfit when you're coming into this building. And how many times have you had to say, "I was in the pool"?
You're Aquaman,
Okay,
right?
so I'm going to answer that in order. 1, every moment is agony. And 2, shockingly few.
All right.
Because
Shock-
I look like a child, so people just assume things.
So what is your name, sir?
My name's Danny Kopnick.
Hi, Danny.
Hey! So, my question for all of you is, has there ever been a time where a role that you had in the past interfered with you getting a different role?
God, let me field that one. Because Duke Nukem was a huge game through the mid to late 90s, all of those little teenage punks who were playing it became developers in later years. And because they're fanboys, I've been in a lot of games I should never have been in. I have fans at Valve Software, so they get on the phone and go, "Hey, let's fly you up to Seattle and record some stuff for one of our games." I'm like, "Okay."
You should have used that as leverage to get us Half-Life 3.
There you go. So I've lucked into a lot of roles just because fanboys grew up knowing who I was.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Well, for me, actually, I thought it would get me in trouble when I did the John Waters film and had to play a biker by the name of Fat Fuck Frank.
Which, how did you ever wear a full set of clothes for any scene in that film, or you wearing a towel the whole time?
Mostly it was just the Speedo, with the little
Speedo.
smiley face on the front. But
condom.
No, I mean, it was...
How many times did they ask you if it was cold out?
Let me tell you...
Touche.
Well played, sir.
Turnabout is fair play. Turnabout is fair play. No, I mean, like I said, I've lost about 114 pounds in the past year, so it's not the first time,
You know what?
that anybody's promised a big Johnson and then disappointed, so...
Between the two of us, we've lost 204 pounds.
Yeah.
We've lost a whole nother human being.
That's right.
It's only commercially. If I've done like one healthcare spot, I can't do a different one. So that there's been like conflicts and stuff like that. But not yet. I'm not that cool yet. Maybe one day.
You're pretty cool, Jan.
I'm all right.
Pretty cool.
I'm all right.
Everybody, it depends on how hungry you are, whether or not you take that herpes TV commercial,
That's true.
I've suffered all my life with herpes. Didn't I see you on TV? No, you didn't. Wasn't me.
Yeah, this shit is like luggage. You keep it forever, right?
Yeah.
As for me, I don't know if any future roles will be affected by my more recent appearance in Disco, or I think I've said the word motherfucker more than I've ever done in my entire life. But yeah, it is.
You did Disco? Do you like the nightlife, and do you love to boogie?
I like to disco. Yeah.
Well played, sir.
So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
How about you, Vince? What have you regretted? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be voiceover related. Just tell us where your deepest shame is.
He's got to think about it. Usually I don't do it. If I do something, I don't regret it because YOLO, I guess. But
And how does that make you feel?
working at Walmart.
What did you say?
I said,
Get closer.
I've always wanted the job
And
where
how
you put
does
the
that
smiley
make you
face
feel, Vince?
stickers on people,
How
but as
does
they
that
come in
make
and be
you
like,
feel?
fuck off, go to hell, eat shit, you know. That would be great.
thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Danny. And by the way, I just want to let you know, I was totally joking. It looks like you're smuggling kielbasa in that elastic, so.
And you're Jewish, right? No. It's a tight fit. I'm just saying. We could read the rings and guess his age. What's your name, young man?
Hello, I'm Wyeth Kasperite.
What is that?
Wyeth, W-Y-E-T-H.
Wyatt.
I know.
Hey, Wyatt!
I know. What were my parents thinking?
Probably the same thing when my parents say me for Rod. So
Is that your question? All right, guys,
No,
what were his
no.
parents thinking?
No, the inner workings of their mind are an enigma. But I don't know if
Do me a favor. Don't go as far down on the mic as if you're, like meeting somebody in the restroom for the first time. Just pull back a little. There you go.
So I don't know if this question will be covered at the workshop, so I'm just going to ask it now. And if you will, just
You're planning to get really drunk tonight and sleep through it, aren't you?
maybe. But anyway, like this man up there, I want to be a voice actor and/or actor. It's the only thing that keeps my mind off the demons. So.
Keep the voices away.
We can relate.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
I was just wondering if you could go back in time, change one thing, avoid one pitfall, or just tell yourself something to look out for down the road. What would that be? Because as a starry-eyed youth that hasn't had his dreams destroyed in 1,000 pieces yet, I would.
No, give it time.
I would love the foresight from the experienced.
Well, when most people ask me what, as they say, I want to be a voice actor, what do? I usually tell them, first, you starve for 20 years. But, I would go to voice123.com and I'd start listening to people's demos. Look for people who look like they get a lot of work on there. Listen to their demos. Listen to how they put them together. Get yourself a home studio. You have a phone with a voice recorder?
What wouldn't you do? He's asking what wouldn't you do if you could change any fucked up thing you did when you got into voice acting. What fucked up thing would you not do this time
That's
that fucked you over because you were a dumbass?
That's the exact opposite.
I did a
of what I was
commercial.
saying.
I did a commercial. It was a non-union. Before I became union, I did a non-union commercial for a plumber in the D.C. area where some guy, the writing was just fantastic. Guy's walking down the beach, minding his own business, comes across a toilet sitting on the beach, an old rotten, I'm thinking, it didn't say it in the script, but I'm thinking an old rotten well-used toilet sitting on the beach for some reason. So what does the guy do? Immediately he starts rubbing it, because that's what you do. And out pops my character, the genie of the commode.
oh no.
Hello, I am the genie of the commode. And I come out of the commode. That thing ran for 6 fucking years. I was pretty certain that my gravestone would say, "Here lies the genie of the commode."
I'm sorry.
It still may yet. They haven't brought that one back. But, be choosy. I'd be a little choosier, and I would do a lot more research. What I just told you to do, going to voice 1, 2, 3, I would do a lot more research. I would plan out my attack instead of just willy-nilly going around and voicing things. I would follow the footsteps of people who have actually done it before and try to do some of those things. You know? Follow a blueprint if you can.
Here's a mistake never to be made. Don't talk shit about a client that you really don't like to another client, because it will get back to them and you will lose that $3,000 a month retainer that you were enjoying for so many years.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I worked for an asshole client in Southern California called...
they are taping this, by the way.
Shall I say who they are? No, I won't. We are taping?
Yeah,
okay. Well, I was
we're
doing a whole
not other
bunch of...
clients. It's fine.
I was doing a whole
client by the
series-
name of Redacted.
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 But it was a bunch of automotive infomercials. You've seen those half-hour infomercials about, buy a car from whatever Chevrolet this weekend. Okay, so the client was a pain in the ass and expected me to work exclusively for them like I had no other life. And they expected me to be on call 24/7. And one of their assistants called me one day with a copy change on something, and I was not having a good day. Always try not to have a bad day on the phone with a client's associate and say, man, that guy is such a dick. He thinks he fucking owns me. I wish he'd just get a fucking life. And she went right back to the owner of the company and told him I said this. And the only words he said to me when he called me was, you're fired.
Wow.
So keep your opinion to yourself about your clients, even if they're dicks. So I regret ever losing that. I would still be doing that job today had I not said something about the client that was inappropriate. My bad.
Probably wouldn't be here.
Good point. I might not be here. I might have been too busy. No, who's too busy for MAGFest? Anybody who's too busy for MAGFest should go fuck themselves.
Yeah! And that especially goes for you kids in the crowd.
Any regrets for us?
Yeah, don't agree to get married 7 months after you meet someone. And, no. No, that's...
Isn't your wife in the crowd today?
No, that's... No.
No, she's up in my room.
Nice.
And she's good.
No, but no, I mean, in terms of acting, I mean, I think I've gone at a pretty decent pace at this point, so I haven't really had any sort of regrets just as of yet, but I'm sure I'll get them soon enough.
Your time will come.
Oh, yeah.
I also did a plumbing commercial.
Oh, were you the genie of the commode,
I was
too?
not the genie of the commode, but the guy was wearing a duck costume.
Oh, this was video.
From the waist down, yeah.
Oh.
And he was a duck from the waist down, let me tell you.
Was he like Donald Duck from the waist down? Because that could be really bad.
It was pretty much, it was no pants. He was like a ducktail, but the whole thing
that's even better.
Did he have a corkscrew dick? Because, you've seen duck dick, right?
How many people here have seen a duck dick?
I have not seen a duck dick.
I'm impressed by the number of duck dick lookers.
I would think that's something you'd have to seek out.
Can someone draw a picture? Like, what is a duck dick? What is
Think of a corkscrew.
it really does?
Oh, yeah, and
weird.
it barbs, and it's like,
Really?
I feel bad for
so
Lady
I really
Duck.
feel
weird
bad for
dicks.
Daisy Duck at
Like-
this moment.
Yeah, it's animals have such weird dicks. Like, have you
This
seen an
is the
echidna
knowledge
dick?
that put Vince on this panel, by
Echidna
the way.
dicks are so weird.
That's crazy.
This has gone about regrets from voice acting to talking about weird animal dicks.
That's
Okay,
why we're
this-
here, sir.
Well, this is just something we'll all have to regret later.
I do
Yeah,
have
this is
a
classic
regret.
MAGFest
I
right
do have
here.
a regret. Well, first, not spending money until you have to. Don't spend money
Right.
until you have to, and always research any class anybody wants to charge you money for. I ran into that in LA in particular. There's this guy that I will not name redacted, but he's very well known, and he'll say, "Come take my class and spend $600 for 4 hours."
I know who you're talking about.
I think you do. You don't know who do you know who him? No? Oh.
Compare notes later, guys. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, I would check that out. Also, a great source is to call your local union if there's a class that's being offered here, and to say, "Hey, do you guys know about this person? And is that a good class?" And they'll tell you yes or no, because their job is to protect you. And one day you will be a member, and then they will really protect you, hopefully. So that's another thing. Also, you can ask them if they know of any workshops or any classes coming up. So that might be one thing. Also, I have a friend that really got themselves into trouble. This really wasn't me. I learned from their mistake. They talked crap about, I'm going to say it, they talk shit They talk shit about the writing.
Language.
I know. They talk shit about the writing in the middle of a session, and the writer was there. So you love the words. You love all the words, always. Like, oh my gosh, this is so great. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky to read any of this. Because you are. You're lucky to read anything because there's like a million other people waiting for that job. So.
Yeah, keep your opinions to yourself in the voiceover booth.
Yeah,
the only one who could get away with that is Orson Welles, and that didn't even work for him.
Didn't even work out well, no.
Well,
thank you for your time.
Thank you all.
No, thank you.
Oh, you can give us more. They're going to ask us about more regrets, so think of something juicy.
A quick prayer, and I'm not a religious man. Please don't let it be an industry question. Please don't let it be an industry question. Okay, who are you?
Well, it's not exactly an industry question, but, where are my manners? I should introduce myself. Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick Cheney.
Hi, Patrick Cheney!
Hi, everybody whose name I can't list off, otherwise we'd be here all night. Anyway, it's a personal question for all parties involved. Sure, why not? How scared shitless were you when you
Pretty
first
scared.
entered it?
Oh, no, sorry, continue.
Like when you first entered this voice acting industry, were you just as scared shitless as all of us would be? If
There's
we would?
something freeing about being naive and clueless.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, honestly, though, I was a broadcaster. I was in radio broadcasting for a good 30 years before I became a voice actor. But the first time in a recording booth, my first session, I'm like,
yeah,
because it's you in a booth, big glass, technical director, the writer, and the editor sitting on the other side, staring at you.
In other words, basically the three most important people to your career.
Right, and it's intimidating as hell. I don't care who you are. The first time you're in a recording booth on your first job, it's intimidating and scary as hell.
Right.
And you're nervous. Because if you don't perform perfectly right there and then, you're not getting the job.
In fact, I was half nervous that I wouldn't be performing. I thought I'd be stuttering all of the time. It's like, but nope, I'm just filling the dead space with cussing and likes, everyone, the way everyone does it.
Was there actual cussing in the script, or did you just improv?
Improved. Because, improv, motherfucker.
Yeah, when in doubt, motherfucker. You were nervous the first time, weren't you?
I was. Well,
you
the
had
first
to be
time
nervous.
I wasn't nervous deciding I wanted to do the job or going after the jobs. But when you finally get that job and you're in the studio, the first time filming in a movie, when you're first out there, you're nervous because you don't know, how am I going to be against these people? You're suddenly working with people who you've only ever seen on the silver screen, and suddenly you're there with them and you're doing lines. And
doing lines?
On the back.
it makes you a lot less nervous suddenly.
I like it.
But it's the more experience you have with it, the more you realize that the people on the other side of the glass are people just like you. The people that you're working with who are actors are people just like you. As long as you work your craft, as long as you have practiced and you feel good and you know that you've done a solid job, then you're going to be all right. Try not to let the nerves get in the way. And frankly, sometimes nerves have enhanced my performance on occasion. When I have nerves, when you go on live stage, going in front of a crowd, there's that certain buildup of nervous energy that really can bring you to life. When you get to the point where you're not affected by that anymore, or you're not excited to be in front of a crowd.
That's when it gets good. Well, you're always excited, but when there's no nerves at all, like when's the last time you were nervous getting on stage in front of 10,000 people?
Exactly. It's like
not really.
There's no nerves at all. It's like, oh shit, I'm on. Yeah.
The last time I was nervous getting on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people was on the Washington Monument Mall when I was with WHFS, and I had to go out there and tell people because they were crushing too far forward that the Cranberries were no longer going to perform, and I had to sit there
and hated you.
Swat things away from my face like wax on, wax off as they were throwing bottles, sharp knives, implements of destruction coming at my face as I'm telling everybody the show's
Get off the
canceled.
stage, you fat fuck, boo!
It got a little dangerous up there. So that's in that moment, looking at going into a booth, nothing to be afraid of there. There's glass. They can't hit me with anything.
Exactly.
Good point.
I will also say that, I was totally nervous when I started out, and I'm still nervous because I kind of feel like in a healthy way, like what you were saying, nerves do enhance your performance, but nerves mean you care. It means you care about your performance. But the other people on the other side of the glass, they're rooting for you. And that's what you have to remind yourself, because you are the answer to their problem. If you perform the way they ask, if you're directable, if you're dependable and kind and fun to work with, you're the answer to their problem that day.
Let me say this about what she's saying there. Auditions are when people are most nervous, and frankly, get past that. The best advice I was ever given is to look at that one audition as maybe the only time you ever get to really inhabit and perform this character or whoever it is you're doing. And the people on the other side of that table may look intimidating. They're all sitting here and they're listening to you, but you wouldn't have been invited to audition if they didn't think you could possibly be the answer to what they're looking for. So you go in there and you just perform and you do your thing. You inhabit that role as best you can, and never, ever, ever go into an audition and try to do additional voices or change things up and show them how flexible and versatile you are, because you will be crossed off immediately. They don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to have anything to do with that. They want you to come in and be the character, the person, the voice that they're looking for. You just perform that. You inhabit it. You come in and you answer their prayers, and in a lot of cases that gives you the best chance to move forward. Your nerves are always going to be there, especially in your early years, but you know what, man? Prepare. Get into it. Use it. Okay?
Okay, no more industry questions. Ask personal questions like, what was my bowel movement like this morning? Come on! I want laughter in the room, for fuck's sake.
So I asked all you guys what your pets were.
That's a
You were
good
around
one.
for 20
Yeah.
you were
Oh, do you
around
have a
for 20 years?
follow-up question?
Just one, but it's only for, it's a personal, but
Well, we only have 25 minutes left, so we
Wow,
should,
that was
yeah.
fast.
I know.
are you guys familiar with Overwatch? It's like,
Gee, what's that?
I know of it, yes.
well, let me tell you, it's a very interesting game. It
Yes.
features one of my personal favorite characters is
Reinhard Wilhelm, German crusader and lieutenant of Overwatch.
You clearly want to be a voice actor.
You're
Are you
goddamn
coming
right I
to-
do.
You coming to the panel tomorrow, noon?
You're goddamn right.
That's the
All
one to
right,
be at.
well, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow at noon.
Thank you for your time.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Vernon.
Hi, Vernon!
Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm not going to ask any industry questions. All right, so all I ask is this, all right? I always had a dream that, because you see, I always like, doing funny voices, usually by myself, because, no friends. So, I have fun.
It
with
helps
that.
keep the seat to yourself on the subway, by the way.
Yeah, I know. What are they? So, just kidding, mostly. But yeah. So one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to perform a voice and in front of like actual voice actors. They got paid to do it, right? And I wanted them to judge, on a scale of 10, 1 to 10, right?
You mean like tomorrow
10
too?
being like, hey, that's all right, all right, whatever. And 1 being, holy shit, I hate you, Please.
Wow, that's pretty harsh on that one scale. Got really personal quick, didn't it?
Yeah, Yeah, all right. So
If you're going to go that, if 1 is, holy shit, I hate you,
Yeah.
10 should be, that's so great, I want to fuck you. So
well, I mean, I'm not like a voice actor.
I don't even go that way, but if the voice was that good, it's like, all right, fuck it, here we go.
Okay, so here it goes. 20-second promo for MAGFest. 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 2018 MAGFest. Here in MAGFest, we have many, many activities, from gaming to music to panels such as this yourselves, You have drinking, lots of drinking. Did I tell you there's lots of drinking?
Hold on, I'm going to stop you right there. I want you to start at the beginning, but this time I want you to give it to me Billy D. Williams smooth. Yeah.
And breathe. Let yourself breathe.
All right.
That's
Is this
right.
a question, by the way? Were we getting to a
You want
question?
us
Oh, yeah, I was going to, that was it. I wanted to just...
No, give it to me, Billy D. Williams smooth, or if you want to go Barry White, I'll accept Barry White as a substitute.
All right, I got it. All right. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2018 MAGFest.
Lower.
Lower, yeah.
Get on your knees.
Get a little
You have to.
breathy, Come on now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 2018 MAGFest.
Hold on a second. I want you to start with, oh, yeah.
That leads it.
Come
Now
on,
we need to play
baby.
that slow motion music.
We really had something, didn't we?
Yeah. Welcome to.
Now, wait a minute. Ladies, how many of you immediately felt like you wanted to screw this guy when he said that? Show of hands.
Yes.
Ooh, somebody's not going to
Okay, we saw one hand, couple in the back. They're mostly
dudes in the back who
dudes.
want to look you up.
Also, you actually have to be ladies.
No, they don't have to be ladies.
Yeah, 2018. New
That's
year.
right. All right, go ahead. Give me the oh yeah and bring it on. Come on, super silky chocolate, man.
Oh yeah. Welcome to 2018 MAGFest. We got so many activities for you to try at this here convention. Yeah, Do you like video games? Do you like hardcore video games? We got many, many types of games.
Yeah, hardcore video games takes on a whole different meaning when read that way, doesn't it? No, I think that's great, but I want you to talk that way for the rest of the day.
Okay, any more? Or,
No, I think that's great. Everybody give him a round of applause. And guys, he is looking for video game friends. So as you walk back this way, everybody raise your hand who wants to be his friend so he can see you as you go back this way. Raise your hands who want to be his friend. Head on back that way, and thank you so much. Look at all these people waiting to be your
New
friends.
friends.
Yay!
Hi, my name is Aiden.
Hi, Aiden. Nice scarf.
Thank you. Okay, so one technically two-part question. If you could provide the voice of one character who doesn't already have a voice or is a silent protagonist, who would you voice and what would that voice be?
Loading, please wait.
Probably Duke Nukem. Not.
Only in Ready Player One.
A character that doesn't have a voice?
Or that doesn't already have a voice?
Yeah,
or
Gordon
wait?
Freeman or...
maybe.
Oh, okay.
So silent protagonist or...
Silent protagonist.
Yeah, silent protagonist or a character who doesn't have a spoken voice, so like Sans from Undertale or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
The
it doesn't
ghost.
already have a human voice.
The Ghost from Christmas Future. I would love to know.
I
how he
know.
sounds
Wait a
like.
minute. Here we are. You ready?
Right.
Marcel Marceau. I'm in a box!
There it is. That's the only one.
Yeah.
That's good.
Part 2?
Oh yeah, that was just that was the one.
All right. Well, let's hear for him. Lovely question.
There's a book called Bone Shaker with a big guy with a cool gun, but he's like.
Is that just somebody in their room at MAGFest after 3 a.m.?
I was bone shaking earlier.
You're so funny. That's so funny.
I forgot his name, but I own the book. But
Yeah, we all own that book.
Hey, I just found Waldo.
Oh, there he is.
That's the first time for me.
Or did he find you?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Anton.
Hi, Anton.
All right, and here's well, it's probably industry related, but what's a character you've always wanted to play? Where you
The lead in Bone Shaker. So go ahead, finish it.
Yeah, what's a character you've always wanted to play? Someone that you know that, oh, I'm probably never going to be able to play this, but if I ever get the chance, can I play this character?
Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Toto from The Wizard of Oz. Flying monkey?
No. Yeah, Flying Monkey. I could do that.
Yeah, there's no good characters left from The Wizard of Oz.
They're all gone.
You can be the Tin Man.
Yeah, I don't want to have a rusty dick. I'm not going to. Munchkin, come here, say that's my face.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. Okay, anyway.
Spectacular Dorothy, by the way. That was
Ladies and
spectacular.
gentlemen, your all MAGFest version of The Wizard of Oz. And also for a second question, Jon St. John.
Sir.
Have something I'd like you to sign.
What would you like me to sign? Sure. Do you have a Sharpie on you? No. Okay. Well, no. However, following this channel.
John, would you just put it in your pants for a few minutes then?
Wait. The autograph session follows this panel.
Yeah, the autograph session does follow downstairs, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to be down there signing everything.
But since you're cheating. Not on the disc.
Hey,
dude,
well,
when I die,
if
this
you're
is
able to put it on the
as much
table
on
and it can
eBay.
reach as far as me, then sure, I'll sign it.
I hate it when everybody's talking at the same time. See, if I sign all these parts, you can sell them all on eBay after I croak. And I have diabetes. That could be any time. There you go.
I was at Jon St. John's last panel.
Oh, God.
Sorry, no.
Oh, no.
Not this one.
Morbid.
Oh.
What's your name?
No, man, I gotta let the hair down before I
Shake it out, baby. Shake it out.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm John.
Hi, John.
Okay, so Mark Hamill tells a story about when he got the part of the Joker. He had this reaction like, oh shit, now I actually have to voice this iconic character. Do you guys ever have that kind of reaction? Like, I got the part. Oh shit, I got the part.
Yeah, Big the Cat. I don't have to say anything else. Actually, I was happy getting the role, but I didn't audition. Lonnie Manella, who cast me as Duke Nukem and then was casting for the Sonic Adventure game, said, hey, I'm going to have a role for you in this Sonic game, so come on down to the studio Saturday at 2 o'clock, whatever. And I show up, and everybody else is in recording their roles that they'd auditioned for. I had auditioned for nothing. Lonnie just likes me. And she said, okay, so you're going to play this big stupid cat. Here's what he looks like. I said, okay. I said, what kind of voice? She said, just do something stupid. Make him sound stupid. Or, I can make him sound stupid. She goes, that's it. And I went, no. I can do better. The director was on the line and heard me do that. And they said, oh, no, that's the voice. Make it that one. So that's how that went. Next.
Yeah, by the way, tomorrow, guys, tomorrow evening, a number of us here are going to be back for Voice-a-Palooza. Yeah! And Voice-a-Palooza, it's going to be 5:30 right here in Panels 1. You want to get here early. What we're going to do is we're going to pass out a bunch of index cards with pens, and you can write down any phrase you would like. We like to keep it generic. Don't just request anybody. Don't say, I want this one for John, or I want this for Jan, or whatever. Just make it a generic, as filthy as you want, or as clean as you want. Statement, little thing. It's only on a 5x3 card, so it can't be the Magna Carta. But we're going to pass those to the front, and throughout the night, we'll be reading those off in different character voices. And not only that, we're going to do some movies in character voices. And I know that we have already cast Jan Johns to play Belle in Beauty and the Beast.
Aww.
So you will.
Oh, perfect.
I heard her sing for the very first time today in her panel at 12:30. A lot of you missed out on something special. I've known Jan for many years, and I've known she's an amazing talent. I'd never heard her sing, and my jaw dropped. It was like, oh my God, this beautiful.
Angelic voice.
Angelic voice. I had to go make sure we had more Belle singing to put into this, so you'll want to be there for that tomorrow, okay? Yeah. So I forgot, what was your question?
You ever get a role where your response was, yeah, I got the part, but oh shit, I got the part?
Well, Shea Gorth was like that for me because he'd been played by other people in other games, but they wanted something different, and they'd mentioned to me they wanted it to be almost a stand-up comic kind of thing, but they wanted him to be somebody who was unpredictable. And they mentioned to me they wanted Robin Williams, and I was like, no, Robin Williams is too sweet and nice for this kind of thing. And I thought, well, let me think of who in stand-up comedy do I think could feel rightly dangerous, and immediately the thought came to mind, Billy Connolly, Scottish comedian. So I decided to take some of the Scottish from Billy Connolly and mix him with some Irish from people I knew from a place called the Irish Channel that I go to after some Washington Capitals games, and mix those up and throw other things in, occasionally dropping it all together because he's neither or. And it was one of the first characters in video games. You don't normally get a chance to think your character through. How do I want to build this person? Who is he? I didn't even see what he looked like. I was just told who he was. And I saw some pictures of him played in other games. So I got a chance to really work on this, and when I came in, I did this mix of the Scottish and the Irish, and then occasionally dropping. If you listen to him talking about brain pie, and he suddenly goes, care to donate, he drops the accent altogether because Shea Gorth is all about affectations, So I played it like this, and I went to places that I was really happy with. And later, Todd Howard was like, I never expected, I didn't know about that voice, but it grew on him. And he started to really like it, so they went ahead and went with my voice for that. And I'm forever grateful that I got a chance to really think one through, because with voice acting, a lot of the times they give you scripts, they bring you in, and they go, you're a hermaphrodite elf who's on steroids, go. It's like, what? Really? Okay, so a little background in improvisation or having a deep, dark fantasy life yourself. I think if looking up at this table, you see people who spent a whole lot of time talking to themselves and voicing things into recorders and cassette players and playing them back in their youth. A lot of time alone in their basement, just like Vince. So I mean, that's the thing. Having a sense of adventure and play is great, and being able to improvise on the spot is wonderful. But wow, the luxury to create something ahead of time was beautiful. For me, I was excited about it, and I wasn't especially nervous, but I didn't know if they'd like what I'd come up with, and they did, so I was happy. Okay. Too long of an answer. Wow.
You did ramble a bit.
I do. It's what I do.
Did we all sufficiently answer your question?
Yeah.
Then sit the fuck down.
I actually have a question.
You do?
What kind of card?
Wait a minute. No. Get down. Get off the panel. Go to the front of the line.
Use the proper microphone, sir. Shove him out of the way.
No, hang on, sir. You'll be back. You'll be back.
Just a really quick question.
What is your name?
My name is Vincent Lenowitz. You've heard of me?
Hi, Vincent.
What kind of cars do you drive?
Wes drives a Countryman, a clown car.
Mini,
what do you call it?
No,
Mini
it's
Cooper.
not a clown car. It's very spacious inside.
It's a Mini Cooper. It's a clown car.
But it's a Countryman. It's the bigger one, and the license plate says, "For fuck's sake."
That's true.
Do I get to sit back up?
Yeah. No, you're back there now. Everybody, give it up for Vincent here. No, you were great. You were wonderful, but you really didn't give us the deep, dark secrets we were looking for.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to Michael Rosson?
Mike Rosson. Where everybody yell on 3, we're going to yell, "Where are you, Mike?" Okay, on 3. 1. Wait a minute. No. I'm going to record that. We're going to send it to him.
I'm going to fucking call him.
All right, guys. On 3, we're going to go, "Where are you, Mike?" Ready? 1, 2. Where are you, Mike?
Get your ass down here. Does he know that he's on this panel? Not bad.
All right. No, he knew I called him up, and he had a vehicle situation.
Oh.
So he was getting that taken care of.
So what does Mike Rosson drive?
Nothing at this point. No, funny story. I gave Mike a car once, and it was a stick shift. It was a Honda, and I knew Mike didn't have a car at the time, so I gave it to him. But he was like, "Well, I don't know how to drive it." So we went out and spent an entire Saturday driving around. And I drove it. I was showing him. Then he got in, and we drove. And it was like, we should have done a montage. It would have been a lot quicker. And so he learned to drive it. We're driving around town. It's smooth. All this. I gave him a big hug. Said, "Take care. See you later." He burned the clutch out on the way home.
You sold him a lemon.
What was your name?
What's your name, sir?
My name's Boston.
Hi, Boston.
Boston?
Wow, that was weak. Hi, Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Is your name Austin or is it Boston?
Boston.
Oh, Buster?
Bustin', I'm not.
Buster?
Bust a nut.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Hi, Omega.
Hi, Boston.
Can I have your seat?
Do you have a question, sir?
I think he wants. Oh wait. Do you want to sit there or here?
Doesn't matter.
No, you don't get to offer him that option.
Yeah.
No.
You are not the keeper of the seat.
No. What's your question?
Have you ever accepted or declined a gig that was against your moral obligations?
Yes. And I have the best story of all.
Do it.
I don't give a shit what your political affiliation is. I don't, but I will tell you, in November of 2015, I was approached by an ad agency in Los Angeles I'd done work for before, And they said, the leading contender for president in the Republican Party wants your voice for his national ad campaign. And it took me 2 seconds to say, no, thank you. That goes against what I believe in. And they said...
Jon St. John is a sad and pathetic man.
It's a national campaign. It's going to run most of the year. And I said, I know, and I could use the money, but no, I won't do it. And so I posted on Facebook. I said, and you can look it up. I hate to turn down national ad campaigns. In fact, I've never done that before, but it goes against my, grain to record something for Donald Trump. And so the Huffington Post picked it up, and Reddit picked it up, and it went viral. And about 30 days later, I got a call from an ad agency in New York, Kennedy Wyden. And the guy there happened to be a Duke Nukem fan, but he happened to see this on Huffington Post, and he said, you know what, we're doing this huge ad campaign all year long with Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer for the Bud Light Party. We want you to be the voice of it. We saw what you wrote about Donald Trump. We thought it was hilarious. And so all of last year, I'm the guy you heard going, raise one to right now, the Bud Light Party.
Nice.
And single best paying job of my life. Seriously, I don't mind telling you, I made about $100,000 just reading 20 different little commercials.
Drinks on you tonight then.
And
Bud Light's for everybody.
And I'm proud. And you know what? I'm not a beer drinker, but drink Bud Light.
The funny thing is, after everybody's got, no matter how you voted, after about a year of Donald Trump, I think everybody at this point is part of the Bud Light Party.
Or should be. So that's specific to what you asked, right? Okay, I've done my job. I'm out of here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your question.
TKO shirt, nice.
We have 6 minutes remaining.
Wow.
Yes or no questions only from here on in. No.
My name's Kieran.
Hi,
Kieran.
So I'm trying to settle a debate with my brother. It's completely nonsensical, but I
This'll be
figured
good.
I'd love your inputs.
This is going to be a good one.
Do skeletons have eyes?
Based on the fact that skull fuck means putting your cock in an eye socket, I would say that means they don't. But that's my logic. I could be wrong.
I'm saying no on this one here too.
No, they only have E's.
Okay.
I like that the only lady on the panel has a sound effect for skull fucking.
All right, thank you.
You're awesome. Hey, before you ask your question, can I do a quick shameless plug?
Yeah, oh, that's only ones we do here, John.
This is panels 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, panels 2 right around the corner, 10:30 tonight. I have a panel called Jon St. John's Sexy Naughty Late Night Party.
Oh, yeah.
It has nothing to do with video games or voice acting at all. It's not like any panel you've gone to before at MAGFest. And I want to invite you all to join me tonight if you are over 18, and you must show ID to get in the door. Sexual trivia that leads to sexy game challenges.
You will believe a dildo can fly.
I'm awarding trophies to the winners and medallions for everybody who plays. I'd like you all to come, or however you react.
Hey now. Hey now.
And once you're done with Jon St. John's Sexy Late Night Party, come around to this panel room right here for Wes Johnson's Late Night Weirdness. Now, it's just going to be a fun panel from midnight until about 1.
Are you making that up? Are you just making that up?
No, I'm not.
It's for real?
It's for real.
I'm going to come right through that door.
You come right through the door to here. And then I will just say that nobody ever really comes for my panel. They come for what happens after the panel. So prepare to stay up late and be freaked out. And by the way, bring your ID as well.
Hey now.
You will believe that dildos can't fly.
Okay, what's your name?
Yes.
This is Jack Burton of the Pork Chop Express. No.
Hi, Jack.
My name's Fred Curley. I run a podcast known as the C Team. What cartoon characters as a kid, what cartoon characters did you watch as a kid that you could see yourself voice acting?
Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
Dot from Animaniacs.
Oh, yeah.
That was my
Nice.
favorite. Yeah, totally.
Mine are before your time, so I'm not going to embarrass myself by telling you.
Do it.
Do it. Hold on, guys. Hang on. I'm interrupting.
Mike Rosson.
Mike Rosson, you're on the air.
Okay, how are you going to do it, Wes?
Yeah. Hey, everybody say hi to Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, my God.
Holy crap. Oh, man, I dreamed I was an Eskimo.
Where are you at? Are you here?
No, I'm just about to depart. Well, I finally got the car, finally got loaded up, and I'm only just now making the trek.
Oh, the panel's only 4 minutes left.
I won't be long, maybe an hour.
Well, we'll see you down at the autograph table when you get in, and everybody who has to get an autograph for you will be waiting impatiently.
God bless them all. God love you. Thank you so much.
How many of you guys here want an autograph from Mike Rosson?
I do!
Yeah!
That's hard to believe.
He has an infectious laugh.
laugh.
So stay back from him when he laughs.
I'll be there. Okay, I'll rouse my old bones and get
Well,
there.
drive safely. We want a safe Mike Rosson here, and you will be with us on the panel tomorrow at Voice-A-Palooza, right?
I can't wait. I can't wait.
And
brother.
why don't you just join me, since you weren't able to be here, join me on my late night weirdness party. We'll all have a good time.
Okay, I'm up for a late night. Yes, indeed, sir.
All right, and by the way, I know you followed around and tried to keep up with Jon St. John drink for drink at MagLab's.
Big mistake.
And you're and that's why you're showing up late today. It took you that long to recover.
Will I play the Wild Rover? No, never, no more. And yet, I love hanging with Jon St. John. Who doesn't?
Exactly.
I've not met anybody who can match me drink for drink yet.
Really?
Tequila in
Now
tequila.
you sound like a ghost from.
I don't think he can do it this time. We better not
John's talking to you over there, but I'm sure it sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher over the speakerphone. All right, we're going to say goodbye to you, Mike, and we will see you at the autograph table. We'll see you at Late Night Weirdness, and you need to go over and do maybe a vibrator race at Jon St. John's late night, sexy, naughty, filthy, dirty party. I'm paraphrasing.
What's the first room I show up at?
What? Just go downstairs when you get your badge. We'll be right there.
Okay.
All right,
sir.
everybody say bye, Mike.
Bye,
Mike.
Hi, everybody. Okay.
All right, see you later, pal. All right, well, we had Mike Rosson somewhat on the panel, so there we go.
That's Mike's appearance.
Your question again, sir.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering if you'd like to say something to for our team, for our podcast.
What is your podcast called?
One.
What is it called again?
The C-Team Podcast.
CT Podcast.
Hold on. The C-Team Podcast.
Podcast.
Should we do it all simultaneously?
Yes.
Sure.
Podcast. One.
You're watching CT Podcast. You're listening to CT Podcast. 3, 2 1.
You're watching CT Podcast.
That was so out of sync.
That was very bad.
That was so fun.
Well, hold on. One more time.
No, dude.
Take two. You're
You did not
listening to
say
CT.
you're listening to CT Podcast.
You can't watch it. You're listening.
C-Team Podcast.
Is it CT Podcast?
CT Podcast.
C-Team Podcast.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
You're listening to C-Team Podcast.
Motherfuckers.
Thank you.
Now he can't air it. I just made it R-rated. Sorry, dude.
All right, guys. I'm afraid this is our last question because we are 1 minute over already.
And we're
so
one toke
let's
over
make
the
you
line.
guys happy. We have to clear the room here because they're bringing in, what is the next panel?
The Go Fuck Yourself panel is next.
I do that at home already.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Connor Kennedy.
Hi, Connor!
What's poppin', MAGFest? If you could voice a role that any of you on this panel have done before, like, if you could voice each other's roles, which one would you pick?
I've got balls of steel.
Is that the one you want?
Well, I've told you I would never, ever poach any of your
No,
roles.
but I have diabetes and I could die anytime, so I'll recommend you.
Okay.
We're assuming poaching is allowed in this case.
No, poaching is never allowed.
Not in our
And
industry.
even if somebody
question.
poaches you, they may be a great guy, but occasionally you're like, yeah, I remember. I never
Pepperidge
forget.
Farm remembers.
Yeah. Say that it's okay. What role would you want to do, even though you would never do that to somebody?
Well, I mentioned it before. Duke Nukem over here. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd want to do the Duke Nukem role too.
Yeah.
Now, would you do a Shea Gorath?
No, out of respect to you, I would not. Homie, don't play that game. I don't cross picket lines, and I don't steal work from my
Oh,
friends.
no, I was just hoping you'd do an impression of him for me.
I can't.
How about Hermaeus Mora?
Who?
Here you are, Dragonborn.
Who the hell is that?
He's got like 1 million eyes and 400,000 tentacles.
Who is that?
He's the god of knowledge. Yeah.
Is that a game?
It's in.
Is that a video game?
Yeah, no, he's in Elder Scrolls.
I don't know these things.
In what?
Elder Scrolls.
Is that a video game?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a role play.
Shut up! I'm being earnest with you, and you're breaking my heart.
I'm just fucking with you, Wes. Come on, Jan, you're on. Come on.
Dude, any dude role, really, because I feel like a lot of times the girls' roles are like so, like high-pitched and sweet and cute.
Mild.
Well, everybody's done Duke Nukem here so far. Let me hear your Duke Nukem.
I can't. Wait, hold on. Give me. Can I hear it?
I'll rip out your eyeball and piss on your brain.
Wait, open your eyeballs.
I'll rip out your eyeball and piss on your brain. Wait, here's an easier one.
Okay.
Shake it, baby.
Shake it,
Yeah, and do this when you say it.
yeah, but then if a girl does like shake it, baby, that's what it would end up if it's a girl. But
Okay, but do your Duke impression.
Shake it, baby. Wait, hey, hold on. Hey, I'm gonna see. Hold on.
So wait, I'm at a strip club, right?
Space bar, space bar, space bar.
Space bar. We're not doing space. Is it a space bar where you drink, or is it like space bar, space bar, space bar?
When you hit it, he goes, shake it, baby.
Shake it, baby.
What have I unleashed?
You want to dance?
So how many of you are coming downstairs for the autograph session?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
We get a couple.
Well, that's good. We've got
gotta
2
go.
hours,
All
so
right,
we can
that's
have
it. Cheers,
like
guys.
a half-hour conversation with each of you.
I will bring this.
Find something in the
Guys,
room.
thank you so much for coming and spending this hour with us.
Thank you.
We'll see you later tonight.
Yeah.
Panels 2 at 10:30, panels 1 at midnight, tomorrow here at noon, and then tomorrow here at 5:30 for Voice of Palooza. Have a great MAGFest. See you later.
Happy Mag!
Happy MAGFest.